Hello and welcome to the Motivate, Educate, Dominate podcast. I'm your host, Michael Thandi, and during this series of podcasts, we're going to be bringing you a number of entrepreneurs, celebrities, and notable people so they can share their stories about where they are or perhaps where they're going. If you'd like to be part of the show, drop me a message and I'll be in touch. Welcome to Motivate, Educate, Dominate. Nish, how are you?
I am very well, Michael. Thank you so much for asking. And about yourself?
Yeah, really good. Thanks. So look, we'd like to, again, welcome you to the program and tell us a little bit about what you do to start with.
Sure. First of all, just your name suggests, motivate, educate, and dominate is something that I normally do in my day-to-day life as well.
Yeah.
I'm a banker. That's one thing about me. I'm a financial professional. Okay. And from that, I do a lot of events and entertainment industry. I'm a quite active person in those things as well. And alongside, I'm an actor and a singer as well. Wow. So I do provide, motivation as much as I could, and education in terms of acting and things like finance and side of things, and events. And then dominating part is where my brand comes in. It's called Party Squad Entertainment, and it's about creating a massive brand name in Melbourne. And moving from there to Australia overall. Yeah.
All right, perfect. So look, you're a perfect fit for the program then. So that's great.
Certainly.
Look, Nish. So look, we've got a fair bit to get through. So tell us, I guess, where it all began for you. Like, how was life growing up, and before becoming an adult, let's
say. Right. So, I think it turned me upside down. Becoming an adult was something totally different. So life began when I was in Haridwar, which is in the part of India. Okay. I was born a Punjabi to a Punjabi family, but not that I got any chance to learn Punjabi when I was growing up, because it was a Hindi community, and of course I was born in a Hindu Punjabi family as well. So it was totally different though. And as a place is more, if it's more like a holy place and more famous for Ganges, which just never gave us chance to learn Punjabi as much. Yeah. And I was always into arts and sports, basically. My dad come from a sports background, and my mum comes from an arts background where she was a music teacher and dance teacher, and those sort of things. So I took the qualities alongside with me. Okay. Most time up until 18, I was more of a sports person than an arts person. And at 18, I moved to Australia, and then I became, I would say, just a hand-to-mouth sort of working, focusing on residency and education and whatnot. So at that time, I was not that creative at the beginning. But of course, it was there in the blood, and I had to, burst it out. So after a few years, I started setting my, getting into entertainment industry. Yeah. So life actually changed upside down, because the responsibility is one thing that I've learned as an adult. Being responsible is one major thing. And once the responsibility comes along, a lot of creativity goes to the 0 point. But it's in your head if you want to work on it. As a responsible person, I'm a banker, but as a creative person, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a creative person as well. I'm an artist as well, and an event organizer as well. So it all comes down to that I have to juggle between all these roles, and I can't be just one person that I want to be, because that's what adult brings to you, like being an adult brings to you.
But I'm sure being a creative person, similar to me, is you can actually juggle these quite well, right? So.
Well, that's what I'm liking it. Actually, I don't mind saying that I'm a jack of all trades in that sense, because these days, and I love your a lot of your articles that you put on for Jeff Bezos. He's not just an owner of one company. You're an owner of 10,000 companies. Like, I'm not 10,000, but there's literally that many companies. Yeah. It's okay for you to be there, because you know so many things, and you are a person who's perfect at a lot of things. It doesn't have to be perfect at just one thing and feel like that's what you want to do all of your life.
That's right. So Nish, you mentioned, so your mum was into music. So some of that's rubbed off onto you. So tell us a little bit more about that side of you.
Yep. So as a kid, especially growing up in Haridwar, there was only thing I could get was classical music training, which I never got interest when my mom used to teach a lot of people, but then I was like, nah, this is just too boring. I want to get mainstream Bollywood. But
Of
I
course.
don't have any connection in Bollywood, you know what I mean? Like, so it was something like, okay, you know, I wanted to sing, but I don't want to learn a lot of things. And I'm not that sort of person who would just sit down and learn. I would rather put hands-on approach to things. So it just happened to me that I tried recording and stuff, but there was not much resources available. So I focused on my year 10, year 11, 12, as everybody does. You know, it was much more easier for me to do it. Coming here was just the only good thing was it's a really big city, and it allowed me to expand into whatever I wanted to be. I just had to think of it and I could do it. So I started off becoming a radio presenter for Radio Santa Banta. I joined a dance company called, I forgot the name now. It's been a very long time. But I joined that dance company because I wanted to just get out and then do something different, like not just earn money and stay at home kind of thing. Yep. To get into step into the entertainment industry, the only thing I could find is like, I love dancing. Let's join some company or some friends or something. And then I found this, it's called Jalva Dance Company. I remember. Yep. Jagriti Bhatt was one of my friends, and she owns that company. Right. And she's done really well for herself as well. So from there, I started getting links of these things, and I joined another, like a friend of mine who's NB Dance, Natasha Baveta. And then I learned a lot from those people, that I saw that these people were running a company out of an entertainment field. And I was like, wow, how do they do it like full time? And then I realized, you know, you got to just juggle that. You have to have a full-time job, but they could keep on working like crazy. Right. And exactly like anybody else would say, you just don't work 40 or 60 hours. You work as many hours you have. In your,
you have to, that's right.
Yeah, and I haven't actually had a good time off in the last 3 years since I've started Party Squad Entertainment. I remember you were the first person who interviewed me when Illusion Fiesta was the first event.
Still interviewing you.
and that was, that just came along because I wanted to do music as well. I've recorded a few songs of my own with Sahil Hugan as a music producer and a few other music producers all around the world. But then I've only released a few of them because I wanted the perfection sort of thing as well, and which is now actually available on YouTube, on Z Music as well. If you search my name on YouTube, Nish Pahwa, you will find a lot of things that I do, not just acting, this music as well.
Right.
So what happened was that I wanted to get the music video done, but then I just couldn't get a team together. It was quite expensive. I go to somebody randomly and tell them that I want this music video done. Right. So I created this team back in 2014. And I was very much into acting already at that time. So a lot of links connected, found a few directors, and I made the story, brought the things together, brought the team together. And then I realized a sense of me took a year to get a music video ready. Yeah. But that's done much easier. Similarly, but around that time, I started performing at events. I started performing for a lot of other event companies like Urja Entertainment, right, and other events that was happening as an opening act of other entertainers that were coming to town. So very big names like not Honey Singh, but Honey Singh's group was there. Okay. Got the name of, and there was a lot of other big acts that I performed for as an opening act, including RDB and a few other big names. Then I realized like a lot of people connect with me and they love me on stage anyway, like as an MC. And then just it started to come that it formed into an event company because I wanted to bring a different type of music to Melbourne, which is not Punjabi, Hindi, or just any other regional language. It's more Indian sounds, underground sounds. Then I thought, let's get into events.
Right. Okay. So that's interesting. So tell us about that.
Right.
Because that's one of the things we want to know is what makes you unique as a promoter. Because we know there's plenty of promoters in Melbourne, let alone across.
Certainly.
The country. But we know the culture of events is highly tended here in Melbourne. Tons of promoters, like I said. So what makes you unique, I guess, in your promotion space?
See, I feel uniqueness of my own out of everyone. And the thing is, the industry overall, the Indian entertainment industry in Melbourne is doing really well. Everyone's doing so well. Like everyone's earning, good amount of money. Like it's not, earlier it used to be all losses for everybody, but now everyone's doing well. Everyone has good attendance. And I feel that, like the competition actually brings great stuff for people. So that's what I really believe in. It's not that I want to dominate alone, even though I love the I love the subject. I really feel that this brings great entertainment, and that's what happened. The reason I started and I actually came out in this market was just because I thought I have a bit of a different taste, which a lot of people always try, especially in Mumbai and Delhi. People don't just go for artists all the time, or don't go for just like an experience of its kind, just a clubbing sort of thing, but they go for some different sort of music. Like EDM was my preferences. Like I love to attend festivals, and what's there that I can actually bring to the table, which is probably not just another big EDM artist, but something to do with Indian roots, something to do with different sounds from Indian different states as well, not just Punjab, Delhi, or Mumbai. Like, it has to be something that can play along the lines of Kerala as well, but then still a North Indian can be able to hear it. And that's what EDM is. Yep. So I just thought I would bring something different of a sound. And it all started from Nuclear, who was the best Indian EDM DJ at that time. Last year, I brought another enigmatic a player. His name is Hiten Pawar. And one magical person is like a one-man band. So all he has is brother as a DJ at the back, and they just mix into a Bollywood tune or any music tune with about 10 to 15 different instruments. And he's yes, and then he mix in all these music. And if you listen to him, he just does great music comes out of it. And everybody loved it. And that's what Illusion Fiesta was last year as well. And I did Illusion Fiesta a year before in Delhi. So I've done it in different areas as well. And that was also like a pool party sort of thing. So I've just tried to create a really nice sort of venue feel and experience of indoor festival, a music festival, but like indoor rather than outdoor, because we're still not that much of a big community that we can just go on and music festival, because music festival is 18 plus. The only festivals that you can do outdoor is more like a melas and stuff, where there's actually more families. But again, I'm talking about more young people. So considering those people and the sounds that I'm talking about, it was still limited. It's more the maximum you can is about 1,000, 2,000 people, and there's not that many venues that can have that sort of sound. And I'm trying really well for this year Illusion Fiesta to have something of an open rooftop venue with another lounge as well downstairs, kind of thing. Which would work really well, because this year we have another similar DJ like Nuclear, which is his name is Shameless Money, and Shana. They're two really growing, amazing underground sound, but amazing sound and very similar on the beats of Nuclear.
Yeah, awesome. That's a hell of a lot you've got going on there.
That's correct. That's right.
So you mentioned earlier a bit about. I don't want to take away too much from the event, but you want to sort of cover a bit of everything that you've got there. So you mentioned a bit about acting before. So what kind of productions have you been involved with?
Right. So in terms of that as well, like the first thing that I've started was there was a short film that we have done with a friend of mine who was a director. It was a Swinburne Uni last year. So it was like the graduation program, and I was involved in a lot of getting things together, like also adding in dialogues and stuff. So from there, having a bit of experience in filming and being a part of the film sets and everything. Yeah. 2015 was the music video that I did and gathered the team together. So I actually made my own production company with Party Squad as well, and done a lot of productions there. After that, I've done a few other music videos, a few other short films, and recently done a lot of actually short films and stuff, but not everything's been released because we wanted, we want to do good perfection level. So there's about at least 10 to 12 unreleased productions that's sitting there. We're also focusing and trying to get some sort of feature film out here in Melbourne, which is solely made in Melbourne, but to a quality of a Bollywood film, so that is still in plans, but and I'm seeking a lot of people that if I could collaborate with, and there's a lot of talent out there in Melbourne. So that is one in plan. But however, TV productions, ad productions is what we do more often. And just recently, Z TV, we have done Z TV Asia Pacific. We have done a TV series. It's something to showcase Angan and their chef as the main thing, that how a cooking show can be done in Australia. And it's a very quality stuff as well. That there was was a 2-day full shoot, about 8 episodes, and in different sort of region of Indian food that was broadcasted. And I was emceeing it alongside my team was doing the whole production of it. So that was quite an overwhelming experience. And I'm working alongside a lot of TV channels, like news channels as well in Melbourne, to get more TV content out.
Right. So did you see when so I launched the Flavors of India cooking competition? Did you see that one?
I have been I've been focusing on.
So that was with Sumit. So I think that was bringing the Indian cooking programs in.
And he's very talented. Yeah.
It's a great idea.
That's right. That's right.
So with all this that you've got going on with the events, the production side of things, it can be quite daunting for one single person. So do you have a team working behind you?
Quite a big one at this moment. Until last year, I was just working more like volunteer friends and all, working up until last year. But this, I've cut down the friends and volunteers. I've actually worked a lot more professionally, and I've got a team onshore and offshore, which is working tirelessly, like events and marketing and different side of things. So I personally am feeling a lot more free and being creative rather than being stuck with just managing little things as well. But it's going to take time. It's still a lot of experience to learn. Having a good amount of team offshore in India, because we have event company and production stuff there as well. And then we a good enough number of team, about 10 to 15 people in Melbourne as well.
Yep. Perfect. So everyone's planning for the next Illusion Fiesta then?
Very well. And when you mentioning about teams as well, we're actually hiring a lot of people. We are looking for interns to join so that they can get an experience when it comes to education. How I can actually teach people about education is and about events is, if anyone wants to ever learn, and I've trained a lot of people in the past as well, how events, now they're actually, all of these people who've been with me in the past, worked with me as well, and learn from me, are running their own companies in the entertainment side of things in Melbourne, and they're doing really well. So I'm so proud of them. So similarly, I'm actually looking for a lot more people to join us as an intern. We have internship already in India, but we're looking for internship offers for people to join our team in Melbourne, because Fiesta is not the only event though that we're doing this November. So next month we have about 4 events happening, all span of about a week or 2 weeks, sort of different. So first of not Illusion Fiesta, I was going to say 1st of November is Halloween. Halloween event was the first concept that I brought in last year. So I also work along with concepts. So this is like having a great venue, which is more like lights in the dark. And Inflation, if you would remember, it was an upgrade of Inflation nightclub. And this is loft where things glow in the dark. They have a lot of hidden stuff in the thing, and we do makeup artists, and we bring a lot of stuff our own. So with Bollywood, we make it so intense that the music and the Halloween feel come to life. And on 2nd of November, then we have our first family event, which is after Diwali ball. It's exactly a week after Diwali, so we called it after Diwali, and it's more like table, dinner, and dance event. And we've got a lot of entertainment, comedian, magician, and a lot of things going on for family sort of entertainment. Straight after that, 16th of November, we have, so by the way, the 2nd of November is at PVR and Craigieburn. Then 2 weeks after, on 15th of November, we have Illusion Fiesta this year. And that's almost in planning for a really good venue. So we're working out the rooftop, almost about to finalize. But 16th of November, the artist has been finalized as Shameless Money. We have Shania. They're both coming from Mumbai. And then we have a guy. He's also from Mumbai, but he's based here now. He's been living here in Melbourne for about almost a year. Then we have a lot of other in-house talent that's actually going to be there. And then the preparation overall, because the music is so good, I don't hope that the event's going to be crazy. The only thing I work on every year is to bring that festival feel. We have those crazy, like the laser lights and those features like special effects and FX and then visualization stuff that is not there in a lot of other Indian entertainment sort of events. So trying to bring as those new features that I can to make feel of an event a lot more higher in production quality than just an artist. And then straight after 2 weeks of then we have a Punjabi niche event as well.
Okay.
So especially focus on Punjabi audience, because there's a lot of Punjabi people in Melbourne altogether.
Yeah.
We have Inder Butta, who's a singer, a very famous singer of Sakhiya song.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you might remember, but if not, there's a lot of people would know him by the name of Sakhiya, which is Sakhiya ni menu mende maar diyan, odiyan ni galla changa pyar diyan, something like that. That song is very famous, and he's coming on 30th of November, and that's been finalized for Pandora. We'll take the upstairs lounge, which is a very big lounge, and then downstairs as well. So that can leave it about 500 to 600 people.
Wow. So November's a pretty hectic month for you then?
Massive, yes. We've taken a break in October, actually. Didn't do anything because there was a lot of planning those months ago.
Yeah. So, okay, so you got a big month ahead of you now in November. What can you tell us about any of your plans for next year?
Next year, look, honestly, I've not been planning way ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually with the flow more often, because then again, I'm trying to free myself up again to create more music. There's a lot of music that I'm actually launching next year. There's about 3 to 4 music videos that I'm launching next year. That's something something I already know. But we also keep on doing everything that we have done well last year. We try to repeat that again next year. Right. So like we've done Diwali amazing last year, so we try to repeat that. We've done the Halloween event was amazing last year, so we're doing it again. And similarly, if anything, so even for Christmas, we've done Bad Santa. It was a club. It was more around Santa and reindeers and the dances and stuff. So we want to keep creating every month of that exclusive feel, but connect some sort of Bollywood or Indian sound, because that's what I feel is my niche, and that's why these events are called niche events as well. So that's a regular monthly event, and then Illusion Fiesta is more of a festival once a year. And then I'm thinking of expanding into different countries or cities if I could. I could get these team along, made there, so that we can work on providing the same sort of feel to different areas and different cities around the world.
Well, look, if it can happen in Melbourne, it can happen anywhere.
Certainly. And it's very open. I never thought something like Illusion Fiesta or Nuclear can be accepted so well. And like, because then at that time, when it was in 2016, I didn't know there were that many people that can enjoy an artist coming here and pay for it, but to get some really crazy night, some crazy experience out of it. But it has happened, and then that made me confident that that people are after some good music, some good vibes, and why don't you keep on continuing with it?
Yeah, I think there's always going to be a population. Melbourne has got a good population, especially Indian communities. So, and the EDM dance scene, I know in India is huge. So, you've got a portion of those that have come over here, and a portion of those that are already from here. So you bring over a great EDM artist, and you've got a great event, and you've done it. So congratulations.
Thank you. Yes. Looking forward to all those, crazy times. And I'm sure if you remember, you were a part of Illusion Fiesta 2016. You attended it, and correct, I'm sure you speak for it yourself, because I can't recall it, but I just like making every year the better version of it. I would love to have you at all these events to actually feel that there's still a lot more music to come. That's
right. We'll see you. We'll see you at the next one.
At the Illusion Fiesta.
All right. So I think that wraps us up today. One big question that we have for you is for the people out there who are listening. What advice do you have? It doesn't have to be events. It can be anything regarding business. What advice do you have for them if they're stuck or they're feeling like they need some motivation, or how to get up and go?
I honestly have a lot. I mean, personally, I just feel that everything comes down to experience, and experience is something that you won't get unless you get into some sort of industry, or unless you follow someone's path. You can't be a leader straight away. So that is one advice that I've learned from like a lot of people. I follow a crazy amount of people, like and then one person that I know, Jack Ma, is one of them. He always says that, you know, like if you really want to be an entrepreneur, if you really want to learn something in life, you just give it your best shot, learn from the best in this sort of field, that get there. Doesn't matter what you have to do, just be a part of that team.
Yeah.
And follow the part, and always be a part of a small team. Don't go and be a part of a big organization, because that's not where you're going to learn something. If you really want to learn something, learn from a boss that actually keeps you closer.
Direct.
Right?
Right.
And second thing is basically from the lifetime of from 20 to 30, you know, just learn from them and try and experiment things.
Yep.
And then after 30, you try to create your own empire, or that's when you start your own business, because that's when you've learned a lot already. Now implement that at the best as possible.
Yep.
So all those are really coming to place in for me as well. Like I've actually taken so many bad decisions in my life, but I don't regret one of them, because I've actually taken decisions.
Yep.
So I feel like, you know, taking decision is a bigger thing than actually thinking that if I do that, I'm going to lose out on money. And I've lost a lot of money, but now I'm just like, I'm such an experienced, like, you know, wealthy person in terms of experience. And I'm just doing amazing because I you know, living the life in my own terms.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. All right. Look, that's really great to hear. Very encouraging. So thank you very much for your time.
No, thank you to have me on. Yeah.
And hopefully our viewers can get something from you, and all the best with your events coming up.
Thank you, Michael. I really appreciate having me on the show. I mean, I wish you all the best for the show, and a lot of other people who would come on the show to be able to educate, motivate, and dominate.
Correct.
People, of course, and just, you know, like, this is the best way. I'm so motivated from you to keep on putting all these positive things every day.
Yep.
You know, I feel I lack some time in these things that I could actually motivate people every day. But having you there, just, you know, like, it makes me feel, yes, if those people can do it, if you can do it, if anyone can do it, if I can do it,
Yep.
I mean, what's stopping other people? It's actually the fear. And if that fear needs to go, it needs to come from us people. We keep on motivating these people.
That's right. It's a fear. It's just people thinking what other people are going to say, how they're going to react.
That's it.
But yeah, you've got to get past that and just do it.
That's it. Pleasure, mate. Pleasure having. I'm so grateful that you've given me this opportunity, and we'll definitely meet up very soon. And I would like to invite you openly, you and family, to our family event. You know, I'm sure it'll be fun. 2nd of November, and anytime if you ever want to, you know, like, give us a yell again to come and speak to other people, I'll be more than happy. And anyone you know, if someone wants to learn events,
yep,
or that team would be happy to look into it.
No problem. Keep that in
Thank
mind,
you.
and we'll definitely catch up soon.
Done. Pleasure.
All right. Have a good night, and we'll see you soon.
You too. Take care, mate. Bye-bye.